Kooda B pins a letter to Judge Engelmayer. He basically says, I'm sorry for what I've done, and I'll try to be a better civilian in the future. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN! Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Aight, so... yeah. So, apparently, Kooda B has sent a message, a letter to Judge Engelmayer. And in this letter, he says quite a few things. I'm not going to go directly over what the letter says. I do not have the letter directly in front of me at the moment. I can't read exactly what the letter says. But even without reading the letter, even without knowing the contents of the letter, shout out to Hip Hop Classics. Hip Hop Classics has a reading of the letter over there. That's where I read the letter, or that's where I heard him read the letter at. Shout out to Hip Hop Classics. Don't ask me why I can't say words right now. Anyway, there's a couple of things that I want to say before I get into basically what I heard Hip Hop Classics say, and that is, you do know when you write these letters to the judge, one of the main things you have to be is contrite. Another thing that is extremely important is for you to make it known that whatever the crime is that you have been convicted or that you have pled out to, that this is not something that you would continue to do upon you being released. Because remember, Kooda B has not been sentenced yet. This is the letter that is written before you are actually sentenced. So as Hip Hop Classic spoke, he said that one of the things that he said is that in this specific letter, Kooda B says he knows he should not have done what Tekashi asked him to do. Now, real quick, before we could get all of these meatheads in the comment section, I don't know what the kind of fucking head you niggas is, but I'm just saying, before we get the individuals in the comment section that is gonna say, and just might I also say rightfully so, even though they are factually incorrect as far as the government is concerned, rightfully so, I can understand how the individuals that say, well, Tekashi put a hit out on Chief Keef's head, or Tato, or which one, put a hit out on them. I don't believe Tekashi put a hit out on them because I just don't believe it, because of what we saw actually happen. You don't shoot 3 stories above somebody in an attempt to kill them. I just never seen this or heard this before, that somebody says, you know what, we're gonna kill you, but we're gonna use one of these boomerang bullets where we don't actually shoot at the target. It's gonna bend in the air. What's the name of that movie? Put it down in the comment section if you know a movie I'm talking about, where they were shooting bullets and shit, and the bullet will bend in the air like around buildings and everything and kill people. Anyway, those bullets don't exist. So if I hear about a person being at ground level and somebody else allegedly shooting at them, but the bullet is hitting 3-4 stories up in the air, I'm gonna assume that the intent was not to kill them. That's just me. So anyway, Kooda B says that he knows that he should not have done the thing that Tekashi 6ix9ine asked him to do. Just so we could be clear, what the courts is saying Tekashi 6ix9ine asked of Kooda B was basically to scare Tato and Chief Keef, to scare them, not to actually shoot, harm, or actually injure or kill. They were asked allegedly allegedly, to scare him, just so we can be clear. He says that he knows that that was wrong. It's not something that he'll do again. These are things that you have to say, y'all, just so we can be clear. Okay, did you hear the letters that the other individuals also gave regarding their involvement in the 9 Trey RICO case? Everybody basically said, well, look, Judge, no, I fucked up before, but it's the end of the road for me. These not plans anymore. And rightfully so, because that's what you should be telling. Who's writing a damn letter to the judge, like, before you get sentenced, by the way, saying, you're not going to get me next time? Like, what the fuck? Who does that? So, that's basically what he was saying. He knew he should not have done the thing which was asked of him by Tekashi 6ix9ine. And no one is questioning whether Tekashi 6ix9ine asked him to do something or not. No, that's not a question. Everybody's seen the video. Also, could we find out who took that video? Because that is literally the person who sent in the TMZ and literally basically tied the government's hands if they were not intending on... I just thought about something. Imagine if the government was not going to come out forward with that video because they was going to try to flip Kooda B and put him out on the street. And I'm just saying. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Put it down in the comment section what you think about that. And I'm not saying Kooda B would have flipped. I'm just saying that sounds like some kind of tricky shit that the government would do to somebody. And then all of a sudden, bam! You see this video? We know you did it. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway. Kooda B also then spoke about how he had older people that he has around in his corner to be able to give him better guidance than he had previously received or that he had gotten before. So this is the letter that he had sent in, and this is something else that you have to understand and remember. In hip-hop classics, classics also pointed this out too, just so we could be clear. Kooda B was allowed to come out of jail because of the COVID situation, because he has asthma, and so therefore, since he has asthma, he's particularly susceptible to not just catching the virus, but also if he catches the virus, it could be deadly for him because he already has respiratory problems, so he has a respiratory illness or whatever the case might be. So Judge Engelmayer decided that he was going to allow for Kooda B to come out of jail. Also, I just want to add something else. Wasn't nobody shouting out Judge Engelmayer's name for everybody to know who the F Judge Engelmayer was before BBN Jack Frost. So salute to that. Salute to that. Anyway, so, and this is not a knock on anybody. I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, also, might I add, Judge Engelmayer said that he was going to allow for Kooda B to come out because he believed that it was in Kooda B's best interest to not be confined to a prison, especially knowing the things that was happening inside of the prison. And not for nothing, inside of the MDC, there were a lot of people that caught COVID, and it was ugly in there. So Judge Engelmayer was correct for doing this particular thing for Kooda B. Might have actually realistically saved his life. But what Kooda B did was he then came straight out of jail and went to a big ass party. Well, who knows who had COVID in it. And then they decided to put that online. So smart is as smart does, man. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, so Kooda B needed his letter to sound like he learned a lesson. So I would go to Hip Hop Classics, check out the video. But I want to know, what do y'all guys think about this? Do y'all really feel like he's trying to throw Tekashi under the bus? I don't think he's trying to throw Tekashi under the bus. Currently, Tekashi is already out. He doesn't have to be held accountable for, or his accountability for any of the issues that happened is already over. It's not like they're trying to hold Tekashi more accountable. So I'm okay with Kooda B making this letter. I'm okay with Kooda B saying he should not have done the thing that Tekashi 6ix9ine asked of him, because that's what Tekashi 6ix9ine did ask of him. We all heard it, and then that's what he actually did. So this is what you're supposed to do when you write a letter to the judge and you don't want them to give you a million years. Also, Judge Engelmayer already said, when he said, you know what, Kooda B, I see you out there partying and dancing amid COVID. He said, you know what, this is gonna basically weigh into the amount of time that he was gonna give him, because previously, where he was only gonna give him a couple of years, there's no telling how much time he might give to Kooda B now. I think it would be fair, just so we could be clear, if he just, whatever time Kooda B had out, not in jail, just add those 2 or 3 months to it. I think that'd be fair. I don't look at Judge Engelmayer as a person who would be particularly cruel and like double his time or anything like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gave him up to at least an extra year more than he previously was going to give him. But I mean, I look for it to be between the amount of time that Kooda B was allowed to not be held in the custody of the BOP, the Department of Prisons, and the time that, you know, between that and maybe up to a year. That's what I look for. I mean, I wouldn't know. Shout out to Judge Engelmayer. Shout out to Kooda B. Shout out to everybody involved in this. Shout out to Hip Hop Classics. I believe that's Hip Hop Classics Daily. Shout out to those guys. And so let me know what y'all guys think. Leave it down in the comment section. Look, Kooda B did what Kooda B did as far as with the shooting, and Kooda B did what Kooda B did when he came out, and not the partying part, because see, the thing is, everybody knows when you come from getting locked up, your family that miss you and love you, they want to celebrate you not being in jail anymore. I think the real problem was him just putting all of that stuff online, and it's like a slap to the face of the police, slap to the face of the court system. They already know you're gonna come out and party, but if they're gonna allow for you to be out on the premise that they need that your health can be compromised if you're in a crowded or confined areas, and the first thing you do is go to a damn house party. What in the hell? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?